We took a tour with Old South Carriage Company. Our horse was named Eli. He's about 2,000 pounds. This company was founded and started in 1983, family owned. And we took a 1-hour tour around Charleston, and it was about $50 per adult with $3 tax. This little building here housed ammunition for cannons and guns during the Civil War, and now is just a museum. King Street is one of the top 10 commercial streets in all of the United States. In Charleston, all houses typically have 3 porches, or they're called piazzas. Typically they go all the way around the house, and they are usually facing south or west. That is because that's the way that the breezes blow in Charleston, and that was a way to maximize a so-called air conditioning. This is called St. John's Lutheran. It is the first Lutheran church south of Virginia starting in 1812. And the red door represents the blood of Christ, and the white represents the purity of Christ. This is wrought iron, which is something that is very well known in Charleston and unique to Charleston. And these iron works were special to show the wealth of people during the colonial era. Also, lots of doors have lion knockers because they were very fond of England back in the time. In Charleston, cemeteries are not properties that are part of churches, but you will see them next to a lot of churches. This building here is the second oldest church in Charleston, a Unitarian church, and the oldest Unitarian church in the South. Stucco was a very popular material used to put on the outside of houses. On this street, most of the houses burned down, but the 2 houses that you see in stucco on this street were the ones that survived. The other houses that did survive were left bare without the stucco on them. If they did put stucco back over them, they would try to cut lines in the stucco to make it look like cut stone. This is the old Charleston County Jail. It operated from 1802 to 1939, and life was very difficult for people who were imprisoned there. The Gullah people, an African American ethnic group that predominantly lives in South Carolina, believed that haints, or hauntings, spirits, were afraid of water in crossing water, so they painted their doors and their ceilings and their porch ceilings as this light shade of blue so they wouldn't come into their homes. This area was a more poorer area where people lived. It was believed that about 10 to 12,000 people had died here, so this area is really thought to be haunted, and you see more haint blue here. In 1741, a fire had started and a house burned down. The fire spread to many houses. It was found that it started in the kitchen, so for 75 years it was illegal to build your kitchen inside of your house. In Charleston, the 75-year rule exists. It's a law where basically you cannot tear down or change the outside of a building that is older than 75 years, unless you have an exception from the Board of Architectural Guild. At At the College of Charleston, there is this Greek life house. It was built in 1707, so you can imagine there's people that are in Greek life there now who are taking fireball shots in a house that's older than the Revolution. It was required to take Greek and Latin in order to graduate all the way until 1907. The school also never had a football team because it was too unacademic, although things have slowly been changing over the years now. So when all the students of this college get into this college and they walk onto campus for the first time, they walk through this arch, and when they graduate and they leave campus, they leave walking through this arch as their last steps out of the college, leaving with the knowledge that they received. The campus also has a lot of very beautiful, large, and old live oaks with Spanish moss hanging on them. Where King Street and Market Street meet up, there is the Charleston City Market. They would butcher and throw all kinds of meat and stuff out into the streets. Obviously, it was very hot, no AC, so they would be rotting in the streets. But turkey vultures would come and eat the flesh, so they were really liked. Charleston also floods a lot, and you can see the flood line right there.